Okay, so okay, so the the 800's not for me. And the thing is too with the 800, like I get why the huge guy and those guys love that amp. It's definitely more aggressive, like more intense, more So yeah, I'm dumping it. So this is it. I'm just staying with this. So I've got the 77. I've got the Sir PT100. I've got the Twin Sister and the Mark V and Axfex. That's all I need. What I did before I started this video is I sat here and I went into iTunes and I just sat here and listened to a bunch of tunes, like old stuff, new stuff, pop stuff, rock stuff. I listened to Heaven and Hell's Bells. I listened to Check Your Brain, or whatever by Alice in Chains. I listened to Happy Ending by Avril Lavigne. I listened to some Daughtry. I listened to Pink, You in Your Hand. I listened to some Nickelback. I listened to that big hit by 30 Seconds to Mars. I listened to some Maroon 5, like the old rock hits. Cleansing the palate. Just cleansing the palate. So, relax. I just have to. The amp's got to go. The beautiful part of the amp is it was shipped imperfectly, like the greatest box. So I can ship it out. I can feel strong about it. So here are the 3 tracks. Remember, there's 2 mics per. This is the X pattern cab. This is the PT, the Twin Sister, and the 77. Now, underneath here is the 57 cab, which is here. I'm sorry, the Vintage 30 cab. I'm going to take my time. I don't know if this is going to be even a cool video or a long video, or I'm just going to delete it. But I just want to make sure my mic placement is good because tomorrow I start some new records and this is over. This is like coming to an end. So settings are identical. Nothing's touched on any amp. I haven't listened to it. I just made sure that the phase was still good on the cab, which it is, and I had the volume off and I just got levels. So this is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the PT100. This is the all vintage 30 cab, and then I'll pop on the 808 midway. Play the same basic thing. Yeah, a little stressed out. It's all right. I'm so sitting weird. I don't know what I was. Oh yeah, I normally sit like this. I don't know what's going on, man. So here we go. So let's listen to this. Make sure we're recording. So this is the all vintage 30 cab. That's nice, right? And then here's the blend cab. They're nice. You can hear the greenback on the other cab. I'm wondering if I should just go back to all greenbacks on that cab and just make it really different instead of doing. I like the blend though. I was getting. I don't know. Let me listen. Here's Here's the M160 on just the greenbacks. It's a single mic. And then here's the 57 on the Vintage 30 single. It's kind of nice though. They kind of complement each other. And then back to the Vintage 30 cab. Now I'm wondering if it's just a little bright on the blended cab, because I don't know, like, listening to these songs, like, I wish that we could listen to them here, but we can't because they'll flag me. But some of the tracks were a little darker, a little brighter, but it kind of in the middle. And remember, this is no mix, right? So if you were to come here and go, oh, I'm going to do that mixer kind of, a lot of times what they'll do is they will, oh, not a low cut. They will, let's say, do that, right? And then they'll go like maybe around kind of 8K, and they'll get all that shh out of there, right? So here is now the Vintage 30 cab with this little dude. And then here's the greenback X pattern. I don't know. I'm just always by myself in the same room, and it just, you go crazy. I don't know about anybody else. This is the X pattern. I think it's fine. Vintage 30 cab. I think that's fine. That's just the way that it's more mechanical sounding. It's more rectifiery, right? Here's the Vintage 30 cab. This is the same PT now with the 808. That's just beautiful, man. It's real pucker, right? And then the blended cab, the X pattern. That's cool too. It's more Marshall-y, right? Back to the Vintage 30 cab. Ooh, I like that because it's got like a I don't know what it's got. It's not scooped. It's just got like a little bit, and it's got this thing on top. Vintage 30 cab. And blended cab. It's good to have them both. All right, we're just going to finish this off, and so I'm going to tell you guys here is that. Give me 1 second. And I'm not rushing, man. I'm a little tired. I'm day 11 of 75 hard. The thing that's getting to me so bad is this water. I'm just like sick of drinking this much water, peeing all the time. It just feels like, I don't know. Right? Twin sister into Vintage 30 cab. Why am I not getting any sound? Oh, it's weird. This input, yeah, it's a little tight. You think you put it in, you think it's in, but it's not in. Okay, so let's kill this guy. So now this is the same exact settings, twin sister through all Vintage 30 cab, and midway through I'll hit the little 808. Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking this Vintage 30 cab. All right, here we go. like I'm stuck. So here's the here's the twin sister, all vintage 30s. And then here's the blend. Same thing. There's a little more like in the vintage 30s. They're nice. So here's the blend. Here's the X pattern. And then here's all vintage 30s. That's nice, right? And then 808, all vintage 30s. And then X pattern. So you can hear the difference, right? It's the difference. It is the difference. Okay. And here we go. Last but not least, the land of no editing. Two things got me into this. One, I grew up as a huge Woody Allen fan. And he doesn't edit anything. Or not that he doesn't edit, but he does a lot of like single camera right through, you know. There's those scenes in Manhattan. But then also got so into bodybuilders, and I got into that Ronnie Coleman, The Cost of Redemption. It's like a 3-hour video, and probably a good hour of it is just him eating. And he's just sitting there, and he's eating. He's not talking to the camera. There's no editing. It's just like camera on tripod, and he's cooking. And he's kind of talking to himself. He's like has a little bit of like he talks to himself and like a murmur. And then somebody calls, and then he takes his vitamins, and then he goes here, and then he sits down, and he puts on the news or football, and he eats. And it's just showing. And every meal is, for the most part, the same. But that's what he's trying to instill. It's like, hey, this is repetition, and this ain't like, you know, cut scene, like, you know, cool. It's grind. All right, so here we go. 77, same exact settings, all vintage 30 cab. And then in the middle, I'll put in the 808. Hey, I finally stayed in key. Okay, and this one I know has to be turned up a little bit, because you don't want to overcook these little 50 watters. They're better at like moderate volumes. Okay, here it goes. 77. And then X pattern. Well, what do you think? Here's the all vintage 30. That's nice right there, Donna. Okay, except I bent out of tune, but other than that, here's all vintage 30 with the 808. And then the X pattern with the 808. I'd say that's probably more what I think of when I think of that 77. You know, it's just a little bit. So, all right. Okay. little quick 1 more minute run through and we're done. So here is X pattern, which is greenback vintage 30 with the Sir PT100, no pedal. Got a nice density, and the top end I think is right. Vintage 30s. I don't know if the vintage 30s are quite bright enough, but you could brighten the amp. It's hard to explain. It's hard to understand, really. It is strange. I mean, going between speaker cabinets is like, whoa. So, same amp, PT100 with the vintage 30s with the 808. And then X pattern. That just speaks, man. Whoa. All right, X pattern, twin sister. And then all vintage 30s. I like that. You know, I think that I kind of like the X pattern better, but I do like that. That's just all vintage 30s with the twin sister. So the twin sister's got some authority, man. That's what I dig about this amp. So here's all vintage 30. That sounds great. That sounds like a record to me. I mean, and you could carve out some of that lows and, you know, but same twin sister through the X pattern. That's legit. That's probably more normal sounding. All vintage. It's a little more metal, maybe. I don't know. That's what it seems like. Okay, and 77 X pattern. Whew. And all vintage 30s. That's too strange sounding to my ear. So, you know, so the amp showed up, and you know, it looks beautiful and it's boxed great, and you know, it's working, and you know, I'm working with it, and I'm like, kind of a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was bummed. I mean, I have no real emotion to all this because there's a solution for everything like that. If that's just not the amp, then that's just not the amp. But then I was like, oh, I got to do my 45-minute outdoor workout. I've got to drink more water. I've got to read my 10 pages, which that takes me a while. I started reading the book called The Masters. It's by the co-owner or you know, whoever started Rolling Stone. So, you know, I read the beginning, the preface or the intro, which was like, oh my God. It's like, oh, yeah, we get it. You're intelligent. I don't know. You know, those guys, they bagged on Rush. So, you know, I have a secret hatred for them, but I get it. I mean, you know, a lot of people bagged on Rush, you know, because of Geddy's voice and 48-minute songs about, you know, fairy tales and, you know, mountain goats or whatever. But anyway, but I've never been into like music. What do you call them? Like critics, because they always like, you know, Springsteen and Bob Dylan and, you know, U2, and they always like the music that I hate. So, not that I hate, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, just they're into like what I'm not into, and they apparently don't like, you know, Iron Maiden and Rush and, you know, Van Halen and whoever, you know, because they're not, you know, politically driven. Maybe that's why I don't like those bands, because I don't like famous people telling me how to think. I have such a aversion to it, you know, and in a sense, that's really, you know, that's the real hippie, you know, that's the real rebellion, like, you know, there's that, you know, that there's a thing I've been watching, you know, you see it all the time. It's Alice Cooper saying like the most unrock and roll thing to do is to try to tell your fans who to vote for. Like that's the most unrock and roll thing, because we're supposed to be free and free thinking, and it doesn't matter what Lady Gaga thinks or what, you know, Eddie Van Halen. It doesn't make a difference. Like it's like, what do I think? So that's more rock and roll to me. Anyway, I'm gonna take down the 800 video. I don't want to see it up anymore. It's just not for me. Now to figure out how to unload it, right? How do you sell it? I just got to put it up. I just got to sell it. It's in like brand new condition. And you know, I know why that huge Vulgavera guy loves it. It's just exactly what he's about. It's not at all what I'm about. Like a little bit here and there, you know, I grew up on, you know, in the 80s and stuff, but I'm not that kind of guy. Like I don't play like him. Like he's like, you know, he's very much, you know, I don't know, you know, he's just like very, very, plays very, very straight, very hard, very like percussive. Like that's not me, man. I'm like more, I don't know, I'm like more like grimy and sleazy. I can, you know, kind of relate more to like Jerry Cantrell or like Billy Gibbons, or, you know, I don't know, there's like more grime in my playing than, you know, like Angus Young or something. So, but I do know, so the right person will get this and they will rock. They'll put their SD1 in front and their whatever, the you know, the out quadriverb or, you know, SPX 90 in the loop, and play their Jackson or whatever, and they'll be bringing it. So that'll be the game plan for them. And then I'll eventually be able to just, you know, unload it. So, what did you guys think of the cabs? Are we good? I mean, it's very odd to go between them because they're so different, and then you feel like, oh, is that too dark? Is that too bright? Here's one more time. The beginning, no pedal, PT100, X pattern. And same thing with the all vintage 30s. Little balance there. Give me a second. Let me look at this. So here is the X pattern. Here's the X pattern. Yeah, it's like right in this 2K is a little spiky. So let me just do, this is the vintage 30 with the 57. Yeah, you can hear it in there. It could be in the amp too. Well, it's definitely in the amp. It's just bringing it out. Here's the Greenback M160. Yeah, it seems like it's more. Yeah, and then you combine them and you get a little schmutz. Yeah, it's right there. So let's just say we do this. And it solves the problem. And actually, I would probably do that more with the multi-band, right? Because I don't want to just cut 2K. What I want to do is I want it to hit a threshold, right? Too much. A touch too much. Yeah, it's doing it, but it's creating. Let me listen without it. Yeah, see, it's kind of hurting the top end. You'd have to almost do that. Oh, wait, you'd have to do that. Yeah, and then it's almost, you almost use it as like a de-esser. You take that little thing at 2K, 2.5, and then all you do is set a threshold so that it ducks it right at that spot. Yeah, you could even. Oh, yeah, it was the other way. I thought so. Oh, shoot, I'm on the wrong one. Dang it. Jeez, these things are so hard. Okay, so that's not moving it. You can see it. You can bring it up. just a little. We can bring a little bit more. Just like that. And then what you do is you can come here and you could delete that. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You went the wrong way. All right, I am really blowing it here. See why I don't do mixing videos? I hate them. Okay, so here it is. A little more. Let's say that. Let's say a little more. Yeah, right? It takes right now without it. But it also takes a little of the top away. So what you can do is after that, I mean, there's a lot. You can do this a million ways. But I'll just show you a little bit of how I do it. Over that, right around like 4K, I can just do a little lift. Because we are losing a little bit of the thing of it. Yeah, so you see what I mean? So now this is ducking, but now we're just lifting a little bit because it's ducking into here a little bit. You take them both off. When it hits it, there's like a there's like a real lifts out. You know what I mean? And then you put them in. And it tames it. So, you know, hey. Alright. I gotta end this. I got a bunch of shows coming up too. I gotta learn 15,000 songs. I'm in 2 different auditioning for one, and I've got shows with another band. I learn a bunch of Journey and Eagles tunes, so I got to get on it. So there it is. So twin sister X pattern, all vintage 30, and then 77 X pattern. Spike in that one too. Yeah, I'm wondering if that is really happened. Like, yeah, it's a little bit in this vintage 30. It's in both of them slightly, but it's really in that vintage 30. It's a little hard on top, you know. It's not bad though. You know, listening to those tracks, you know, I mean, obviously when they mix it, they're gonna carve down all this stuff, right? Yeah, it's gonna be more like that. Yeah, and then X pattern. You know what? I think I'm just not going to put out this video. There's something strange, and I don't know why that sounds like a phase thing. No. It's just the amp, I guess. I don't know what the heck. I mean, the cab. It's just there's a little bit of a boxy. I'm wondering if that's what it is. Alright guys, so I'm just going to add this in. I just finished editing this. A couple things. One, I know I pulled down yesterday's video. You know, I belong to a program that says one of the sayings in being sober is pause when agitated. And that video was just kind of pissing me off. The video itself was fine. I don't know. I'm processing. I kind of feel like, I don't know. I had to take it down because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want anybody to see it. I mean, everybody's comments were cool. It just had to go for now. Let me think. Give me a day. But I went through the video that I'm posting now. I went through the two different cabs last night, and I think they sound great. But what's weird is, like, last night I was like, oh, yeah, this was. Then I came in this morning and played them. I was like, good, they sounded killer. You get burned out. Your mind gets burned. For me, I get like, then I question, I was like, oh, and the thing too is with this, I've been working alone for the most part for 15 years now. So I'm always by myself. I'm always making all the decisions. Most of my clients are kids. Most of them are remote. I'm just on my own. So that honestly, I can't ever tell you guys how important this YouTube channel is. This channel is probably, in certain ways, the most, like, it's, other people's channels may be important because they make money off of it. I don't make any money off of this. Nothing's monetized. But this channel and you guys mean everything. And I'm telling you, man, things are starting to change. I'm about to go out on the road with a band. I've got a couple of things, it's like, if I'm being honest, I just need to like get like a posse. I've got, I moved out here with two little kids 9.5 years ago, and I've just been, woodshedding it, right? Career, baseball practice, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, marching band, flag football. I coach everything. I'm den leader for 5 years, and I just want to be super dad, and now it's like everybody's kind of on their, they kind of have their thing. They have their friends. And I realized something. Everybody leaves and goes somewhere, and there's a bunch of people and they have a bunch of friends, right? My kids go to school, they go to marching band, they go to scouts, they go to baseball, football, whatever. My wife manages a grocery store. It's just me and the dog. Where is he? Say hello, Bo. Come here, Doody Loops. This is the dude that I hang out with. Come here, Bo. Come here. Come on, stop stretching. You're all... He's doing downward facing dog. He's doing down dog. I know. I love you too. Say hello to everybody. That's Bo. He's getting old. I've been stressing it a little bit, because I'm a little bit of a harbinger of doom. If I'm being totally honest, I'm a stoic. It's like they encourage you to plan your funeral, and dwell on dying. I mean, that's just stoicism. So not that anybody wants to do that, but I'm a little bit of my dad was a stoic. I mean, I started studying stoicism and I was like, oh, that's what I am. I never knew. I just thought I was weird, but I was always kind of naturally a stoic. But military too. Military people are very stoic because, you're always like contingency plans and like, expect, not that you anticipate the worst, but always like be wary, right? Because people's lives are on the line. So anyway, that's my story. Yeah, I used to have a shaved head and run around with a gun like a psycho. I was a medic too in an infantry unit. All right, so anyway, going back to this, I'm going to put this in the end of the video. The other thing I was doing was I did all these with that green Epiphone, which, because I was in the middle of like learning these tunes, and that's like my gigging and my church guitar, and it taps and everything. But the bridge pickup, and this may sound so sacrilegious to some people, the bridge pickup on that guitar, because I do a lot of funk and country with it, it's called a 59 custom hybrid. Okay, so it's like a PAF, like slightly overwound, like a Duncan. It's a Duncan pickup. I do not care for PAF pickups. They're too low output. They're too bright. they're too stringy. I just don't usually care for PAF pickups. They're too bright. So I'm going to do the next video and I'm going to go through some of these things, but I'm pulling out this dude, my black Les Paul. Because the reason I kind of started with that is because I was going to, demo a bunch of sounds, and I thought, well, let me just use this guitar and then I can tap the pickups and do cleans, which I never did. So I just used like the guitar that I don't really use. It's really a nice guitar. It plays great, and it's great for covers. But I'm wondering, like sometimes it just felt like it was a little bright, a little stringy, a little happy. Not happy, like, PAFs are just a little like, they can get a little ice picky. So I'm wondering if that's going on. And the other thing too, what I'm going to do is, so this is the guitar. This is what I gig with, right? This is I don't know if you can see it, but that's the green. So it's got a custom 59 hybrid in the bridge, and it taps. And I've got a 59 in the neck, and that taps. Now you come over here, and I know this is gonna be a long video, but so this old beater Yamaha, this is my backup for live, and it has the same configuration. It's got 2 pickups, but the difference with this one, because it's a little bit lighter in the loafers, this is like a $300 guitar. Plays great though. The bridge pickup in that is just a Duncan Custom, which that was my pickup of choice all through the kind of 90s and 2000s. I always had, the Jeff Beck was too high output, and the Alnico was too PAF-y. I liked the Custom, and I also used the Custom, which I don't know, but those were the ones that I used. The next video, I'm going to fire up the black one, get some sounds. Then I'm going to go over to the green one. And if it feels like it's a little too PAF-y, I'm going to swap pickups. That'll be a whole other video. Jeez, with coil tapping, I don't know. Maybe I'll take it to my buddy at Guitar Center. Oh, so day 12 of 75 hard, drinking so much water. I got a pimple on the end. My face has been breaking out because you're drinking all this water and you're working out and all the toxins are leaving. So, but look, I'm smiling. He's smiling.